Come on over. Yep.
Golf has been a constant in Molly Altorfer's life. She played high school golf at Cedar Rapids, Washington, and then played collegiately at Gustavus Adolphus up in Minnesota. She's also won multiple championships at the amateur level here in Cedar Rapids, including the Cedar Rapids Women's City Am back in 2009. Now she's hoping to bring change to the Mount Mercy women's golf program after completing her first year as the head coach. Altorfer's path to coaching is certainly unique. She worked at Mount Mercy from 2006 to 2013, but in the communications department. She left after starting a family, and it was during that time she seriously thought about getting into coaching.
I kind of mentally took stock and thought, am I doing career-wise what I feel like I'm meant to do? And the answer just kept coming back, no, and golf has always been there. I never gave coaching a thought prior to having children. I think a switch flipped inside me when we had our girls, and they also, especially the older one, are involved in golf and other sports. And so I've seen the impact that their coaches have had on them. And as I was evaluating options, it just seemed like a good fit.
After deciding to get into coaching, Altorfer started her coaching career as an assistant coach for her alma mater at Cedar Rapids, Washington. The head coach is Dennis Gettle, who happened to be the athletic director at Wash when Altorfer was a player in high school. She says learning from him was a huge benefit.
Denny is amazing because he has a wealth of experience, probably 40, 50 years in high school athletics, as an administrator, as a golf coach. And I learned a lot from him. I learned that I will never be as into stats as he is because I don't have that kind of brain, and that's what my computer is for. But he is very stat oriented. Definitely something that I model kind of my coaching, or try to model my coaching after, is he tries to be very personable with his student athletes. I understand that our students are not just solely focused on golf.
Now, Altorfer is bringing that knowledge to Mount Mercy University. She says, of course, there were growing pains in the first year, but it's not stopping her from the vision and goals she has for the program. She strongly feels Mount Mercy can get back to winning conference championships and making multiple NAIA national appearances.
Yeah, there's no doubt I'm here and I want to win a national championship. I believe we can be one of the first universities in the NAIA from quote unquote the North to win a national championship. Aside from that, first we've got to start a little bit smaller. We need to get back to the levels that our program was at. 1999 to 2006, we won 7 straight Heart of America Conference championships. I know we can do that. When talking with Colin Williams, who was one of the coaches who had that success at the conference level, he's very clear. Those girls love to compete, those girls love to practice, and they loved each other. They really liked being around each other. And I would hope that our teams are like that now and will continue to kind of follow in that path.
One step that has been taken that Altorfer feels will help her reach those goals is when the university decided to have separate head coaches for men's and women's golf.
Our programs are very close. Our coaches collaborate. We talk daily. Our offices are right next to each other, but we run different programs, and the coaching staff has a different feel, kind of a different vibe for each of the genders. But I think for a women's program, particularly when it's separated, it assures that the women's program is never playing second fiddle to a men's program. And I would credit Paul Gavin, our athletic director, for having that understanding and that drive to separate those positions out. I think it makes both programs stronger.
Altorfer is proving that it's never too late to chase your dream, and she's excited about the impact she's making not just with her players, but also with her own kids.
One of the cool things about being a coach at the college level is that my kids now get to interact with my players, and I love that they're able to see a college environment and kind of how young women in a college setting operate, and kind of pick up some things from them, not just golf, but life. How do you act when you have disappointment? How do you act when you're stressed? Like, how do you manage those things? Those are wonderful things that I think my daughters are learning from the girls on our team.